Hey guys, Jonathan here, and I've come all the way down to Brighton to visit Louis Cole.
Hello.
Because you sent us some pictures of the workshop, you want some help getting it sorted?
I would love some help. I've got a newborn baby and I'm struggling to find the time to organise my space. I've got a project that I'm about to work on. I'm converting my 1970s Beetle to electric. But yeah, my garage is a mess and I need some help organising.
Yeah, well, it's a good space. As soon as I saw the pictures, I was excited to get my teeth into it and help you get it sorted. And then I've seen a few Makita power tools about the place.
I've got this big bag of Makita tools, but obviously they're just thrown in there right now. I don't know what's charged, or I'm going to start damaging them and throwing them in there. So
yeah, we can do better than that. And you've got a good selection of these tools there, haven't you? You've got a full set of Makita power tools.
So yeah.
We'll start there then. We know how to
getting
sort
these
those
mounted.
out.
Yeah, getting these mounted would be amazing.
Brilliant. Right, well, let's get that back area clear.
Okay.
And then I can see the blank canvas.
Fantastic.
Right, so we've cleared all the workshop and it is looking much cleaner and easier to work with. We've got a nice blank canvas. And as we said with Louis, we're going to start with the Makita power tools. That's the thing we're going to get organised right now, get them all dialed up on the wall. And we're going to do that with some of these Sanahead IKEA frames. Now, we've done a few videos on these. Go and check them out. We've got all sorts of builds using these, but we've never used them for power tools. And the problem is that the frame is a little bit too narrow. This is about 100, 120 mil wide, it's kind of widest point, this grinder, and these frames are about 60 mil, which is not going to work unless we put two back to back. They're cheap enough that we can put two back to back, and all we need to do then is add a piece of timber in the back to make it a bit more solid, hold it all together. Then we'll use some heavy duty tape around the outside, we'll pin the timber in place, and that'll give us a really nice stout frame we can then mount on the wall and organise all the power tools, and it should look epic. And it's dead easy to take down and move to another spot, which is what Louis wanted. So let's get into it. Right, so that is both frames all done. We've used the same technique for both of them. So it's literally pinned the back in so it's nice and solid, taped two layers of this heavy duty tape, and that is all you need really. They're really solid frames and they're gonna mount on the wall nicely. So that's all sorted, ready for some tools. Now these are the tools that go in the frames. These are all of Louis' Makita tools. So we've got like an impact gun and a combi drill. They're like essential tools. Then we've got the grinder, recip saw, blower, also essential, but a proper like deep shape. So I'm really glad we've gone for these deep tool panels, which is really good. A couple of other bits, we've got an impact gun, 1/2 inch as well, and a torch. So that's everything we need to put in the tool frames. All we've got to do now is a layout. Right, so that's all the layout sorted. I'm pretty happy with that. We've got a good balance. So we've got all of the drills on this panel here. I've got space for all of the finger pulls, which is really good. And over here, I've got some of the bigger items. I've got the two saws, basically, and then I've got the blower. So I'm pretty happy with that. It's a good balanced layout. All I'm gonna need now is one of our cutting kits. You can buy these separately too. It's got everything I'm gonna need in here. So it's got the anti-cut gloves, which are essential. It's got the scalpel, 5 blades. It's got the forceps for putting the blades on the scalpel. It's got instructions and a sticker. So that's everything you're gonna need. So let's get to cutting. Right then, so I've cut most of the tools.
Yeah, I'm back.
And baby's okay?
Yeah, he's feeding right now, so I've got some time.
Oh, good on you. Right.
Be a part of this.
So, I'll show you how we got to this point anyway. It's important you see, because I've saved that drill for you.
Yeah, I'm going to carefully watch the technique because I really don't want to mess this up.
So all you have to do is place it where you want it to go. Get your glove on and then just use one of the scalpels in the cutting pack. And then you literally just trace cut around it. And we're not cutting very deep. You're literally just using it like a pencil.
So you're just keeping it as vertical as possible.
That is the trick, vertical. Once you've gone all the way around though, you take it out of the way, and this is kind of what you should be left with. You know, no visual indication I've even cut there until you press down.
Okay.
And then all you have to do then is go back, and for this I'm cutting all the way through this 50mm layer.
Yeah.
So I just have to keep going round and round until I've cut all the way through.
And will it pretty much stick to that original line?
It can veer off.
Okay.
The trick is to press on the foam and just expose the cut you've made, just to make sure you can follow it.
Yeah, okay.
And that's pretty much through there. It should be pretty close.
Oh, lovely.
And then obviously you can see anywhere that we've not got quite through, I can go back and just trim it in. Right, so we'll call that done for me. So, you've seen the process.
All right, I think I've got it.
Yeah, so first thing you need is this glove. This saves a lot of damage.
That's a lot of damage.
It's I'm kind of nervous. So just like a pencil.
Just like a pencil, yeah. I'll come back and trim it in, so don't be too worried.
Is this looking all right?
Yeah, it's looking good.
Wow, it's
yeah, no, that's looking good.
It cuts quite easy.
Yeah. And like I say, at this point, you don't have to go deep at all. You're just literally getting that, capturing the silhouette, really.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's probably the hardest bit, to be fair. So you can kind of, what you've done there, what most people don't do on their first attempt, is you've got a single cut all the way around.
Okay.
But that's really good.
All right, and then I just keep...
Like, exactly like that. Press on the foam, you can see the cut you've made, and then just kind of follow it around.
I noticed you were doing almost like angling the knife the other way a bit, cutting some of it. Like that, like up.
Yeah, I wasn't I? Yeah, I probably did that even subconsciously, but it's...
Oh, it does actually feel much smoother doing that. I was kind of scared, but I think you're right. It feels like it would be hard to completely mess up. And like you said, you don't have to worry, it's a little bit out.
Yeah, exactly. These frames here, just to ballpark it for like a viewer, if they're looking at watching this video wondering how much this would cost. So the frames, the two IKEA Santa head frames are £8 each. So you got £16 worth of frames, and then a sheet of foam, because this is 50mm, is 25, and then you'd cut it in half and you'd have enough. So this whole panel here built is 41 quid. And then you've got that,
So
and it's like
so worth it.
If you got that, if someone CNC made that for you, like on a you know, literally did the design, scanned the tools, you'd probably be looking at 300-400 quid.
I've been examining the dynamics of what used to be called the con game.
Right,
Where are you getting to?
I don't know. Think a bit more?
No, you're nearly there. Look.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it'll pull out. There you go. Try the drill, because it might be okay. You can see that the drill is a bit...
I've done it too tight, look. Not too loose.
That's ideal. No, well, you see what we need to do here? We just do a little step down. So I'll just cut around that shape there, and then you can see if you push your finger down there, you can peel that back. Just peel out about like one layer. It takes a little bit if you kind of like hook your finger underneath.
How deep am I going?
But only 10mm, 20mm. It's hard to get it started. If you want, I'll try and...
Oh, because there's different layers.
Yeah.
I don't know what I did there. Is that it?
No, you've pulled out about 10mm. Is that enough? Yes. You can see already that'll sit a bit better.
Yeah.
So that's pretty good. Right. All done, and that looks mint, that does, mate. That is your first attempt.
It's all right. It's all right. Yeah, it's good.
You've been well and truly thrown in the deep end, because a power tool for your first ever go of shadow foam is like, that's intermediate level.
You can help clean up a little bit, and then.
Yeah, I should have started you off with a spanner or something a bit easier, but you know, I think you've done great with that.
Cheers.
So all we've got to do now is get them on the wall.
Let's do it.
Right, so they're up on the wall. We use plugs and screws and just little brackets, but they're proper solid, so I'm really happy with that. And it's looking really good. I love the effect of having them on the brickwork. It looks really industrial, but we've got a bit of a blank space here that for me is crying out for some logos. And I did bring an extra frame. So this is the exact same as these. It's an IKEA Santa head frame, but we've pinned a back on it, a solid back. We've added a couple of D-loops, so this will hang on the wall nice and easy. And I think something about there with the FunForLouis logo in it and the shadow foam logo in it should look top notch. So let's get to cutting. So there we go. A lot of foam cutting later, and I think that corner at least is looking smart. What do you reckon?
Honestly, I cannot get the grin off my face. It's so rewarding seeing just everything organised like that. Just easy access, just being able to like grab them. And I, like you said earlier, I think the teal of the Makita power tools and the orange foam really pops. Looks so good.
I wasn't sure myself, but seeing it now, it looks good, and I love the matte black frames against the brickwork. It's a really cool like aesthetic in here. That was pretty much most of the Makita stuff, and then there was a couple of big bits we couldn't put in foam, so we've just put them on some like wall brackets. It's nice to have a proper location for them, but you know, not everything has to go in foam, so hopefully they look nice. I think the kind of nice balance on that wall with them there.
Yeah, and we last minute decided to do the FunForLouis logo, and I managed to kind of print off a stencil to do, and honestly, this looks really good. Like this is...
I love the fact that it's literally all just with a scalpel, all by hand, as you've seen, nice and simple, just with a normal printer, but it kind of looks like it's been done on a laser or something. And I'm not, it's not hard, it's just, you're just methodically following the process, you know, so definitely, I'm glad we brought that extra frame, because that was like a bit of a last minute addition really, but no, it does fill up that space really well, doesn't it?
Yeah, love it, love it.
Yeah, and Karen, Nate and Eamon popped in and had a quick look at it, and they were loving it as well.
Whoa!
It's getting there now.
This is awesome! Can I touch it?
I feel like they're a little bit jealous because, you know, who wouldn't be?
Well, when they see the whole finished workshop, which is going to be part 2, so part 2 is going to be taking this to another level. You're not going to want to miss it. That's flipping awesome. That's good timing. Yes, it's 1:30 and we've got the toolboxes. We're waiting on a big delivery, so make sure you subscribe, click the bell icon so you don't miss that part 2 video, which is coming very soon. Go and check out FunForLouis, Louis Cole's channel. All of the links for this stuff is down in the description. You're gonna love seeing Louis's view of getting this set up, and he's got an amazing project on as well at the minute, converting a VW Beetle over to electric with Tesla batteries, which is something I can't wait to see finished. So
yeah, me neither.
go and check that out.
See you in the next video.
Yeah, see you next time.